Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from a double up game here with JDPL Grillo. I think that this is the first time we had people with Masters borders in our double up game, so that's kind of fun, getting close to the top of the double up ladder here. And in this game we're going to be looking at a Portal team composition, and this is a game where we're going to shoot for the mighty Portal 10, which is a prismatic trait. There's only 3 of them in the whole set. And Portal 10 is intended to be just an I win button if you can hit it, because it's one of those extreme chase traits that normally requires getting 2 emblems and being level 10 in order to hit. Now for our initial Portal here, and apologies getting Portal at the start of the game confused with the Portal trait, but we're going to try to avoid that. Grillo and I were trying to go for Golden Gala. We don't get that. Instead, the other people in the lobby wanted to run over to Make 'em Cook, which is an extreme high loot portal that causes things to go kind of silly. It means everyone is going to get a spatula and a frying pan at the start of the game. So each of these can be turned into other traits. And so the whole game is just about who can most effectively leverage getting stuff out of these emblems, or most effectively make emblems out of the spatula and the frying pan. So this one is called Make 'em Cook. It was originally called Let Them Cook. This was in the previous patch. And what people did in the previous patch was they're like, okay, great, you're going to give me a spatula and a frying pan. I'm going to take a reforger and just reforge one of these into the other, because you can reforge a spatula into a frying pan and a frying pan into a spatula. Everyone just used a reforger to turn one into the other, and then they just would get +2 to the trait of their choosing. So what the designers did is, in this patch, they changed Let Them Cook into Make Them Cook. And they changed it so now no reforgers drop. So no longer, you will not get any reforgers in this game mode. If you get this portal, you have to use one of them as a spatula, one of them as a frying pan. So no more doubling up on spatulas or frying pans. Now, that said, this means that you do need to use them as the way that they were originally intended, which is you get +1 to a frying pan trait and +1 to a spatula trait. That is the way that they were originally intended to be used. So I was already thinking of going Portal, because the only item that I've gotten to drop here has been a rod. It's actually kind of funny. Everybody ends up not getting any components beyond just having the spatula and the frying pan. So everybody's board is running around with no makeable items. So anyway, I have the rod here, and rod plus spatula is actually the recipe for Portal. Grillo is going to send me a Zoe's that allows me to make Zoe 2-star. So I was like, you know what? I have a Galio, I have a Cassidin, I have the rod, which makes the Portal emblem already. Why don't I just go ahead and play vertical Portal here? Because 8 Portal, which is the vertical Portal trait, it gets much, much stronger if you can play it with an emblem. And then with the frying pan, my thought was, this is a trait that likes to play into scholar traits. So I can use the frying pan to craft a scholar emblem off the frying pan. That's because there's an internal synergy on scholar trait with Portal. Portal has Zoe, who has the scholar trait, and it also has Rise, who also has the scholar trait. So you have 2 Portal innately playing with the Portal trait. I figured I can play 8 Portal using +1 to the Portal trait from that spatula, and then I can make a scholar emblem. And then I'll be able to play 4 Scholar. So the plan was play 8 Scholar 8 Portal 4 Scholar, which should be pretty strong. That should be a pretty strong trait combination, and hopefully that'll work. But you do see stuff like that other person's board that Grillo was just up against. They have a Frost emblem, and that's unfortunate because they are going to be able to make another Frost emblem as soon as they get whatever item component they need for the Frost. I can't remember what the specific recipe is for Frost, but I'll look it up right now just because I'm curious, and there's not much going on in the gameplay right now. But they have +1 Frost from their augment, and then they can also take the spatula and get another +1 Frost. So they should be able to make 9 Frost if they play things correctly. It's the Vest. It's apparently Vest plus spatula. For whatever reason, I haven't played enough of this set to memorize all the spatula combinations. I think it's partly because they introduced the frying pan, and that kind of froze my brain a little bit. So yeah, they just need to get a Vest, and then they'll be able to have +2 Frost, and that'll allow them to play 9 Frost, which is another one of those chase traits that gets very, very strong if you can hit it. But they don't have the vest yet, so they were not quite going to be able to do that just yet. I've had the good luck to find an early Bard, so that's pretty nice. That's going to make it easier to play for Scholar. So if I can hold that on my board and I can turn another unit into a Scholar, I need by the way, I need a tier, and there's another Bard here, by the way. I need a tier in order to make the Scholar emblem. It's tier plus frying pan is the recipe for Scholar. So if I can find that and then find a Rise, I'll actually have 4 Scholar, and I can turn some other unit into a Scholar. I don't know exactly who that's going to be yet, just some kind of spellcaster for the back line. There, I was briefly highlighting the Scholar trait. Scholar gives additional mana on auto attacks. The deeper you play into the Scholar trait, the more mana is generated per auto attack, and that is only given to the Scholars. It is not given to the entire team, the way some of these mana generating traits have been in the past. But no, other units do not get the benefit. If you're wondering why I'm holding the Sorakas on my bench, that is because Grillo is looking to play into mages. He thought that he would use the frying pan to get a mage emblem. And by the way, this multi-striker board just runs me over. They actually already have 5 multi-striker in. That player leveled to level 5 early to put 5 multi-striker in because they were able to make that spatula. So yeah, they look quite strong, and they just absolutely ran over me on that round. But yeah, Grillo is trying to play mages. He needs to get a rod plus frying pan. That's the recipe for mage. And then he wasn't sure what he was going to do with the emblem yet, or the spatula yet, but he could figure out something to do with that. So that's our plan. I'm playing a vertical portal with Scholars, and he is going to play mages. And so that's our goal for the game, and we're going to be trying to work towards that. Now, even though I lost that last round, we are still going to be the final pick here on the carousel. I think Grillo has the last pick. I'm the 3rd pick here. I wouldn't mind getting the tier because, again, I need tier to make my Scholar emblem, but I figured I could get a tier later on at some point. The Bard actually gives me 2-star Bard here at the middle of stage 2. That's going to be really, really good, and I'm going to have the 2 Scholar in as well. So I figured getting 2-star Bard was better than getting a tier. I'm confident I can get a tier at some point in time over the course of this game, so we'll go ahead and take that. I should also mention that I also picked up, for my first augment, I picked up Epoch. And here I'm going to hit the 2-star Soraka, and I'll just send that over to Grillo. So I was able to go ahead and pick that up. That one gives you, at the start of every stage, you get additional experience for free. I think it's 6 experience for free at the start of every stage, including the stage 2 when you pick it up. And then it also gives you several free rerolls as well. Unlike in past sets, here in set 12, you can hold the rerolls until you want to use them. In set 11, you had to use rerolls immediately on the round you got them, but that is not the case in set 12. So I will hold these rerolls, and my goal is just to try to get to at least level 8, and then use my free rerolls, use the Epoch experience to get to level 8 faster. Then use my rerolls there to try to hit some of the key units in a Portal team composition. I want to try to hit Rise and Taric. Both of those are 4-cost units, and if I can save up like 6 free rerolls on level 8, just try to get to level 8 as quickly as possible. But by the way, yes, there's another Bard in the store. So I was thinking, do I want to go for 3-star Bard? I mean, I might want to in this game. That's certainly a possibility. Because I have 4 Bards this early, I might want to just hold on to this unit. Now, if I get a +1 Scholar from that frying pan, I will need to play Zoe and Rise. They're both Portal and Scholar, and then I need to play 1 more Scholar. Now that could be Bard, but it could also be Melio. So I was like, do I want to hold the Bards? Maybe I just play the Melio instead. Not exactly sure, but it's still early enough. I can make that decision later. We can figure out later on. Still, mostly what I'm relying on right now is I really want to get to 6 Portal in as quickly as possible. 6 Portal is a big spike over 3 Portal. If you're curious what the trait actually does, it kind of does 2 things. The first thing it does give all Portal units a shield at the start of combat. The deeper you play into the trait, the bigger the shield that they get. So it's a defensive trait, which is kind of interesting. 200 shield. So that's like the first thing it does. It gives everybody a shield who has the Portal trait. The second thing that it does is it puts a little glowing portal on the left side of the screen. You can see it quite visibly here. And it will just produce random different effects over the course of the fight. I think it's like every 2 to 3 seconds you get some kind of an effect. That can be additional item components coming out. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and get an Ezreal here from Grillo because Ezreal will allow me to play 6 Portal. So that's going to be pretty nice. So different effects, they can be things like you can get item components. If you get high enough, you can get full items. You can get, like an explosion, so it can directly deal damage. It can also put units on the board to tank for you things like little Zerat minions. And by the way, there comes the tier right on schedule. So, okay, now I can go ahead and make that Scholar emblem with the frying pan. So it just does like different things. Sometimes it does damage. Sometimes it gives you additional items. Sometimes it gives you more frontline. I think it does like 1 or 2 other things, but I can't remember what they all are. Anyway, my Epoch experience is going to kick in. So I can reroll my shop with 1 cost gems. I actually could continue buying Zoe's here as well. So that could also be a possibility. And I'll go ahead and put the Ezreal on the board. And I figured it was better to make the Witchcraft trait here than anything else. I can also go ahead and make this Scholar emblem. I might as well just go ahead and do that. So we'll do that. So now we have 3 Scholars. Slightly awkward, but as soon as I find Rise, I'll be able to have the 4 Scholars in. And I'm going to make this emblem no matter what, so I might as well put it on somebody and get some mana generation for them so that they'll attack faster. I don't know if Cassiopeia is... You know, Cassiopeia is probably not the best person to put this on because after she uses her ability, she is mana locked for like the next 2 seconds or so, and she's not generating any... doesn't generate any additional mana from Scholar trait while that's the case. Also, this round's kind of sad because I had this round 1 and then somebody jumps over... Their partner jumps over and beats my board, so I was like, that's an unfortunate way to not be on a potential win streak. But again, I'm just kind of cruising here, and then get this. Portal Crest. I get another Portal Crest. I was like, oh my god, another Portal Crest? That's going to give me another Portal emblem right there. So this is a really, really big deal. First of all, I'm going to drop the Cassiopeia here and put in Jace. That gets me 6 Portal right now. So I have 6 units in. Only 4 of them are Portal units, but I can still play 6 Portal anyway. I'm getting Lilia. I just hit a random 2-star Lilia at the start of the game, so I've just been playing that for some additional frontline. I have a Portal emblem on her, and then I also put the Portal emblem on the Bard. Neither one of them are Portal units, but they both give me +1 to the trait. So I have +2 to the Portal trait right now, and I also have +1 to Scholar trait. So this is pretty ridiculous right now. You're also going to see me clear my bench right now, and that's because as soon as I get +2 to the Portal trait, my immediate thought is I need to get to level 10, because on level 10 I can play 10 Portal, because I have double emblems. There are only 8 Portal units in the game, so you have double 1 costs. You have Jace and Zoe, so 2 at the 1 cost tier. Then there's 2 at the 2 cost tier. That's Galio, who's a frontline tank. Actually has 3 traits. He has Portal and Mage and Vanguard. You also have Kassadin, who's what is he? He's a multi-striker plus Portal trait. So 2 1 costs, 2 2 costs. Ezreal at the 3 cost tier. He's the only 3 cost. 2 4 costs. You have Rise, and you also have Taric. And then 1 at the 5 cost tier. That's Melio. So you have 1 1, 2 2, 3, 4 4, and 5. That's a lot of units, and it's pretty tough to play into the 8 Portal, because that's why the getting +1 to Portal is so nice in a normal game, because then you can play 8 Portal without having to find Melio, and 8 Portal is quite strong. You do have to play some bad units. You have to play 2 1 costs and 2 2 costs if you don't have an emblem. And you have to find a 5 cost, but it is pretty strong. So getting +1 to Portal trait is great. You don't have to find Melio to play 8 Portal. And then getting +2 to Portal is even better, because then you can play 10 Portal, which is, again, one of these extreme chase traits. Now, the downside is I have to find all 8 Portal units and get to level 10, because if I want to play 10 Portal, I need to have 10 units on the board. The easiest way to get around this is to have one of those lobbies where you get one of those training dummies that starts with emblems on it. If you can get a training dummy with a Portal emblem on it, then you only need to get 1 other Portal emblem and in order to get to the 2, and then you only have to get to level 9 to play 10 Portal, because one of them is on the dummy. But I will need to get to level 10 if I'm going to play 10 Portal. But that is my goal now, and that is influencing how I'm going to play this game. That means clearing my bench. I need to run very, very heavy econ, because it's extremely expensive to get to level 10. By the way, I'm also going to take this Mordekaiser, largely so I can send it to Grillo, because he intends to turn Mordekaiser into a mage, and then he's going to reroll for 3-star Mordekaiser, 3-star Vex, 3-star Vhagar on his board. So I'm going to go ahead and take this just so I can send it to him. And I mean, I can use the vest there. It's perfectly fine, so I don't mind grabbing that either. But anyway, like I said, there's not enough econ now to go for 3-star Bard. There's not enough econ to try to hold Zoe's. We are in full-on econ mode here, and we're going to try to get to level 10 ASAP. It is very, very, very expensive to get to level 10. So that is my goal. Can I get to level 10 without dying in this game? And hopefully I can make it there before our health runs out. The good news is we've preserved a lot of health. We're still on 84 HP, and that is a big deal. If we were down on 44 HP, this would be probably impossible, and I'd probably have to give up on that dream of playing 10 Portal and just look to play like 8 Portal with the 4 Scholar. So that's the goal. We're going to try to make it to this point in time and see what we can do. I also do pick up the Zillion because I could play that as next unit in. I want another Scholar in for 4 Scholar, but if I can't find a Scholar, then Zillion would at least give me Preserver trait. Doesn't look like I beat this board. It's somewhat close, but it looks like I'm a little short on this multi-striker board. As I said, relatively close. Can Grillo get over here? No, unfortunately, he's a little bit short. That multi-striker board has definitely been the strongest throughout the lobby thus far. They did end up taking the Shen carry augment, though, which is a very bad augment. I think that was a poor choice from them. So I think they definitely could have done better as far as that one goes. Anyway, this is the second gift round, so I'm going to go ahead and get a gift here from Grillo, and I believe I just get a component anvil. Now, what I'm looking for in terms of items is I really want to get bows, because Rise is the main carry in a Portal team composition, and Rise is heavily gated by attack speed. He's basically AP plus attack speed. His ability does more damage if you have more attack speed. So is there a bow here? Yes, there is. Now, I could make a Rage Blade, but Rage Blade's not a great item on Rise. I would much prefer it if I could just get like another bow and make a red buff. That would also be nice because I do not have a heal cut in my team at the moment. So getting 2 bows would be pretty nice here. And for the moment, Zoe is just holding items for a future Rise. I have an extra rod, and then I still have that bow on the bench that I just pulled. So I could potentially do like a death cap here, but I wanted to wait to see. We're only 1 round away from the next minion round. I wanted to wait to see what we would get here. There's also the possibility that if I would somehow get another spatula, which is possible, there are some like charms that give out spatulas, I could potentially use one of these rods and make another portal for 3 portal emblems. So I also didn't want to slam. I wanted to hold at least 1 rod on my bench right now to see if there was some chance I could get another spatula and make a 3rd portal emblem, which would just get really ridiculous. But anyway, I mean, we're doing a good job so far. I'm pretty happy with that. There's an Ari, so I'll play that over the Zillion, and then that gets me the 4 Scholar, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now the goal is I'm going to try to get to level 8. I want to, as I said at the beginning of the game, I want to use these Epoch rerolls on level 8. I'm looking for Taric, and I'm looking for Rise. If I can find the 2 of them, that'll get me up to the 8 portal. And I think 8 portal, hopefully, is just strong enough on its own to get me to the level 10 so I can play the 10 portal. I'm basically leaning very heavily on my trait itself. By the way, look at this. This charm is gain 1 XP for every unit you kill. So I was like, okay, that's going to be worth it. Now, I didn't quite get the items I wanted here. I kind of got more in the way of tank items. So I was like, okay, you know what? I have a leftover glove. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the jeweled gauntlet here, and then I'll put this bow. I could put this bow on the Zoe as well. Again, she's item holding for Rise right now. So again, we're still just kind of chilling here. I did get the additional XP from Epoch. I also got 2 more rerolls. So I have 6 rerolls saved up here. Again, I'm just econing here as much as I possibly can because I need to get to level 10 if I want to play the 10 portal. I'm also hoping that Grillo's board is going to be strong enough to get us there. But we do have 80 health still saved up. And, you know, 6 portal is pretty strong on its own. If I can get up to the 8 portal, I think that can carry me through kind of like the middle portions of the game because my board is clearly not strong enough right now. I'm losing to this Sugarcraft player. And like, these are the 2 teams we're watching. They're the 2 teams that are win streaking. One of them is playing multi-strikers. And then the other one is playing that Sugarcraft board. And I believe they already have 6 Sugarcraft in, which is also pretty strong. Although it requires 1 emblem to make the 6 Sugarcraft. All right, and then look at this. I have new recruit, game +1 max team size. The instant I see this, I am clicking this as fast as I possibly can. Because this now means I do not have to get to level 10 anymore. Remember, I can play an extra unit. So now I can play 10 portal on level 9. I don't have to get to level 10, so that is just a huge deal. Now, I still have to get to level 9, so I'm going to roll here. I'm just trying to hit a few more of these units. I have gotten up to the 8 portal. There we go. Now I've got a Rise, so we're definitely going to put Rise on the board. And I'm actually on 5 Scholar right now, so I'm going to put Tom on this board. And then I do need to transfer these items over to the Taric. So I have, let's see. So yeah, we'll put the Jeweled Gauntlet on him. We'll put the bow on him. And then I think these other items are just kind of left over. I also need to get Lilia off the board in favor of a better unit. So I was able to get up to the 8 portal there. I maintained the 4 Scholar. Once you go up to the 8 portal, I believe everyone gets a 700 health shield at the start of the fight. So that's pretty strong. It's just difficult for a lot of teams to get through that much shielding. And now I still have 2 more rerolls saved up, by the way. Still have 2 additional rerolls here. But because I can now play 9 units on level 8, that means I can play 10 units on level 9. And oh my god, there's the Nora as well. That was the one other unit I needed to hit. Nora is the 5-cost portal unit. So as soon as I see that, I'm like, oh my god. Okay, well, we're going to play Nora on this board for sure. We have to take something out. Still trying to figure out, like, exactly how I want to do this. So I'm like, thinking. I was like, oh, we're going to take Ezreal out. I don't have an item remover, so I'll just sell the Ezreal. I don't really care that much about the Ezreal right now. So now Nora is a Scholar. I have Nora as a Scholar on a 4-Scholar 8-portal board. And so I have all of the portal units on the board, with the exception of I don't have Ezreal on the board and I don't have Jace on the board. So I just need slots to play those units. I could put one on the board right now, but I can't put both of them on the board. Well, I guess technically I could, but then I would not be able to put the portal emblem on anybody. So I just need to get up to level 9 right now, and then I can play 10 portal, and that's it. I had the insane luck to hit Nora so easily here at the 3% odds. So yeah, now we just need to not die, and now we just need to get up to level 9. So I think I can get there at the end of the stage. So hopefully I can make it there. I also still have a duplicator, so like I would definitely take this Nora and just duplicate the Nora for Nora 2-star. That would be 100% worth it to do that. I'm not going for any 3-stars. So is it there? Well, you know what? It's not there because Grillo takes it because Grillo is playing Vertical Mages, and he also needs Nora. So we both need the Nora on our board. So yeah, he's going to take it, but that's fine. I mean, that's a really key unit for his board. And here I'm going to snag the Akali with the sword. That was the multi-striker player wanted that one. Gonna deny that to them. That could be a Giant Slayer on Rise, potentially, or it could be some other stuff. And then look at this. I get 2 Rises for free here. I was like, okay, this is a ridiculous high roll game. I don't even have to do anything in this game. Now I just have to get to level 9, and then I can play 10 units. I will play all 8 portal units. They will all be on the board. And then I have double emblems. One will be on Bard, because I need Bard for 4 Scholars. And then the other one will go on some other unit. It probably needs to be a frontliner. So I think the ideal unit to play would be Diana, because Diana would give Bastion trait, and Diana with like a gigantic shield would be super duper effective. But if I can't find that, I can just play Tom Kench, and he is not bad either. Tom is not as tanky, but he does have more crowd control. What I don't want to see is a fight like this where Tom just dies before he gets his ult off. If Tom doesn't get his ult off, it's not great. This is the multi-striker player again. They're on the big win streak. They have 7 multi-striker in. They have that Shen carry augment, which is pretty funny. But my board loses, and again, I'm not surprised that it's losing because a lot of my board is still not upgraded yet. I need to move out of the Lilia. There's really no reason for Lilia to be on this board. I mean, I guess she gives me Bastion trait, but it's like, I don't want to move out of this unit yet because I'm just in pure econ mode. I need to get up to level 9. It costs 70 XP to get there. I have 48 gold in my bench, or in my bank. I will get another, what is it? I think it's 6 XP from the Epoch Augment. I'll get 2 more free rerolls. So, yeah, we got enough health. We're still on 48 HP, so we're not on the verge of dying. I don't need to panic here. I'm just going to take my time, and if I lose this round, it's not the end of the world. Also keeping an eye on that Sugarcraft player. They're at about 550 stacks. The Sugarcraft, if they get up to, I think it's like 2,000 stacks, then they basically like auto-win the lobby. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. By the way, this person also has 3-star Shen. There's 2 people with 3-star Shen. One of them is the multi-striker player, and the other one's this person. Now, this person does have the double Frost emblems, but they do not have Frost 9 in yet because they're only level... no, do they have the Frost 9 in? I didn't think that they do. I don't think that they have Frost 9, and I think they're on Frost 8. But in any case, they certainly beat my board, and you can see my board does not feel that strong right now, because 8 portal, you know, is good, but like a lot of these other boards have scaled up past it. And by the way, look at this shop. I have 4 portal units here. What is it? I hit the 2-star Kassadin. I hit 2-star Jace. I got another Taric and another Ezreal. Again, I'm playing every portal unit, so it's worthwhile to 2-star all of them. The portal itself does get stronger based on the star level of the portal unit. So like 2-starring Jace actually does matter. The more star levels there are on the portal units, the stronger the portal itself gets. So like that does actually matter. Let's see what else we can get here. All right, I definitely don't need Tristana. That's kind of irrelevant here. But all right, I do have enough gold to get to level 9. So let's get to level 9, shall we? Once I can finish rolling. I don't have a lot of gold left over, so we'll move out of the Lilia. And I got another Tarek coming over from Grillo. That's great. So we're going to put the Jace on the board. We have to put the Ezreal on the board. And then we need to put our portal emblem on Tahm Kench. Boom. There it is. 10 portal. Let's go. We'll move our tank items over to the, what is his name? Over to the Tarek. And now I need to figure out what I want to do with these other items here. I think I want to use, let's see, I don't really have a good use for the cloak. I guess I could go ahead and do gargoyles. So I think I end up doing that. I go ahead and make a gunblade. You know, I could have done Ionic Spark here too. I actually don't really have an MR shred. Maybe I should have done Ionic Spark here on this board. But anyway, I'm reasonably happy with Ryze's items. They're not bad at all. I'll pick up the Veigar. I actually still have some free rerolls left over. But I've got 10 Portal, 4 Scholar in. So what exactly does 10 Portal do? You can actually freeze frame that if you want there, because my past self highlighted it briefly. But 1500 shield and a Giga Portal, all in capital letters. Giga Portal is what happens. So anyway, I will go ahead and try to continue using my gold here. There is another Veigar, so I'm actually on Mordecai. Oh, by the way, I get another item here, so I'll just go ahead and take a rod and stuff that on the Nora. So I actually have Veigar pair, Vex pair, and Mordekaiser pair. I really would like to send one of these over to Grillo, so I will just hold here. By the way, there is a Melio. I was like, do I buy the Melio here? I was like, I think Melio is better than Bard. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this change, because that also gives me enough gold to buy the Tom too. And we'll slap that portal emblem back on the Melio. So I need to have portal emblems on any unit that's not a portal unit itself, which for me right now is the Melio to make 4 Scholar, and it's the Tahm Kench. And Tom with a 1500 health shield is going to be pretty hard to kill at the start of these fights. He's basically guaranteed to get his ult with crowd control off. You might have also noticed a bunch of radiant items popping up on my team. Yeah, it turns out that the 10 portal can give your team radiant items that pop out of the portal. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. That's maybe not 100% balanced, but, that's pretty good. All right, and then I hit the 2-star Mordekaiser, so I said, Grillo, do you just want me to send this? He said yes, because he's very close to 3-star Mordekaiser. And then I get this. There's another Ezreal and another Vex. So I was like, okay, you know what? Why don't I just pick these? I was like, let's just pick these up. I might as well grab these. I'm going to sell these to pick up both of these units. And now I have a Vex to send him if he needs a Vex. And I've still got the duplicator. So he's like, you know what? Let's just duplicate the Melio. Why the heck not? I might as well just use this duplicator. Let's put some more pressure on the lobby and try to get people out of the lobby. So again, this is the Frost player. They have double Frost emblems and they have a Preserver emblem. Again, all very strong things, but Portal 10 just makes these other boards look like they're non-existent because this is such a ridiculously strong ability. I really wish it said more about what this does. I actually tried to do some research before this of like, what specific effects does the 8 portal have versus the 10 portal? I couldn't really find much information about it, so yeah, as I said, didn't really find much info. All I really know is it can give you radiant items. It does a ton of damage. You can get like, I think a massive golem with like insane health. I think it does like 2 or 3 other things. I think it can give attack speed to the whole team. I'm not 100% sure on all this. So I'm just doing my best to try to figure it out. So anyway, on this carousel, I'm going to go ahead and take the Spear of Shojin. This is clearly the best option I can take here. I'm going to slap this on Melio, and this is going to cause him to cast a lot more often. So innately in this game, when you auto-attack, you gain 10 mana. That's like the basic rule is when units attack, they gain 10 mana. And Scholar trait also gives additional mana. 4 Scholar is 6 more per auto-attack. And then, what is it? The Spear of Shojin is another 5 mana per auto attack. So Melio's going to get 21 mana every time he auto attacks. So, that's not bad. He's going to get an awful lot. And I'll go ahead and pick this up. Just get the, this is just a relatively cheap charm. But I do want to start getting charms in these fights as well. You might have noticed I did go ahead and sell the Vexes. That's because Grillo was 1-off Vex 3-star. I wanted to put them back in the pool, so he was more likely to find them. So he does actually end up hitting the Vex 3-star, and I believe he hit the Mordekaiser as well. So I believe the only one he's still looking for is the Veigar 3-star. All right, this is the Sugarcraft board. They have a 3-star... is that a 3-star Wukong up there that they have? I think that's a Wukong. I can't really see because there's so many spell effects. I mean, we just cut through that board like it doesn't even exist. Look, my entire team is still alive. Portal 10 is a little OP, I have to say. Again, this trait is gated by the fact that you need to have double emblems and hit level 10, but oh no, he's on 8 out of 9 Mordekaiser, so he just needs one more Mordekaiser, and he's got 2-star Melio as a mage over there, so it's a good thing I used the duplicator on Melio, because there's already a ton of Melios out of the pool, and I'm less likely to be able to find that unit. He's going to go ahead and send me a gift. He actually did have the option to send like a Radiant item, but it was going to be so expensive that I just said, don't worry about it. Just send me the extra gold, the remover. It's more important, like my board is already complete at this point. It's more important that Grillo uses his money to strengthen his board than he try to like buy me a tactician's crown or something. Cause like I don't need anything else. My board is already like as strong as it can get. I mean, I guess I could technically go to level 10, but that seems kind of unlikely. So yeah, he does hit the 3-star Mordekaiser. He has a mage hat on Melio and a mage hat on and also a mage hat on Mordekaiser, so he also has +2 to mages, so that's pretty silly. You can actually play mage 10, but that requires 3 emblems, not 2, so yeah, his board's pretty strong too. Maybe not quite as strong, but definitely not bad. So yeah, look at that. My portal did the most damage on the fight, and then Nora did 5,000 damage too. So I'm mostly just rolling for Nora 2-star here, but it is going to be tough to hit because Grillo already is rolling for Nora's as well. But like we're pretty smoothly cutting our way through this lobby here. The 10 portal is definitely a lot of fun. Still, I give kudos to this other team because this other team did not give up. They were trying to see if they could find a way to win some rounds. Now that they're this far behind in health, I think it's going to be pretty tough, but I appreciate that they stuck in here and kept trying to see if they could find a way to win some of these rounds. Like I said, Portal 10 is gated by the fact that you need double emblems in level 10. As I said, I kind of had the perfect setup for this game, though, because I was able to get +1 from the initial portal, not the portal trait, the initial make them cook portal. So I was able to get that. I was able to get a portal emblem from that. I got another portal emblem from my augment, and then the +1 team size from that final prismatic was just really, really, really good for the setup I'm running here. As far as what I could take here, I could take some more. I could take a frontline item, but then I was like, you know what? I don't know that I really need more frontline. Portal trait gives me 1,500 health shield on everybody. Why don't I just put this on the Nora there, because that way her ability is going to do even more damage. So I went ahead for that. I mean, she doesn't really need mana generation because I have 4 Scholar in on her, so she generates tons of mana already. Like, look how fast all the Scholar's mana bars fills up insanely fast. So I didn't think I needed frontline. I was like, just let's do some more damage on the Nora, and it looks like we won that fight without much trouble. Cut through that. But I mean, it's really hard to deal with 10 portal. We have run into 10 portal players before. It really is just like an instant win the lobby trait. So like there's Diana, but I think it's too late to move into Diana. That other team is on 4 HP. So I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to hit this. We'll just buy the Golem here. One thing I did want to know is, will the Golem get the 1,500 health shield as well? I was really curious about whether it would get the shield. So I was like, will this thing also get the shield? Because it's not a portal unit. I was just curious, like, would it get the shield at the start of the fight? So does it actually get the shield? Let's watch the Golem. Did it actually get this? And it turns out that, yes, it did actually get the shield. I was kind of surprised, but I was like, okay. Now, that Golem does die pretty fast, but it still buys me an extra 2 or 3 seconds, and that's all that this board needs. I mean, this multi-striker board is very strong, but, we just kind of annihilate this board. So, going to win that round. It's not really close, and yeah. So, I guess the only question at this point is, can I hit the Nora 2-star? Can I even hit 1 additional Nora? Well, I end up going to 6 rises. I could also get another temporary emblem, but that's kind of pointless. And so I'll just take this burn and wound enemy for 10 seconds. So might as well get a charm here. But I'm not really anticipating much happening here. I mean, I've won every single round since I got 10 portal in. It is, as I said, a ridiculous chase trait that's intended to be like game winning. I mean, I thought about repositioning, but for the most part, I was like, I think I just win this. I'm not sure if repositioning is going to do anything. I'll move the Tom over here just so he can hopefully get a better ult off and knock up like the whole enemy team. That board is pretty clumped, so Tom has the potential to get off a really good ult. Let's see if he can do that. And yeah, that was a nice ult. He knocked up like 4 people. But I mean, does it really matter? Does positioning matter? Not really in a situation like this. We just have this trait is just so absurdly overtuned that I'm going to be able to wipe out this team without much trouble. And then in comes their partner, the multi-striker player. I mean, it was somewhat close there at the end, but not close enough. We're going to be able to knock them out and take the victory. So again, instant I get 10 portal in, just steamroll the lobby like that. So anyway, this was a really fun game. I don't get the chance to play like the extreme far out chase traits very often, but I mean, it certainly worked in this one. I was saying on our Discord afterwards, I was like, I feel like the game kind of played itself. I didn't really feel like I did very much in this game aside from just see the direction I needed to go. As I said, the initial portal gave me +1 Scholar and +1 Portal. Then I got Epoch Augment that gave me free XP to get to level 9 faster. Then I got another +1 Portal, and then I got +1 Team Size. That was literally everything I possibly needed. So all it really was stuff all the units on the board, and then Portal 10 just wins the game automatically. So easy game, easy life, but I guess I'll take it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this game. Till next time, have a great week, folks. Take care.